Hey Braz, how you doing? Forgot it was Friday. So warm out today. I was in the garage all day. Had a busy day? No, hopefully you can relax this weekend. Still gotta get my ass in gear to get those pieces to... I wasn't home on Sunday, so I never had a chance to go through and get all the stuff for Harley done. That sucks. That's why you have to have an army of 3D printers. You gotta invest in some more. Running like 10 at a time. Hey Jacob, busy week. Trying to get a lot of shit done. Working on a bunch of new kits, trying to get them all prepped up. Kara, what's going on? Well, what is going on right now? So I'm going to do a little bit more work on this Harley Quinn. So basically, we took a sideshow Harley Quinn, did a vote, voting in my Patreon, and this this Harley, which is basically Ghost in the Shell sort of mashup one. So we're turning her into like sort of the Ghost in the Shell police officer that you see up in the picture up there. So last week what we did is we took off the wooden mallet and we created a metal rod, which is going to be like, look like a collapsible mallet handle. Now Raz and Chad printed out the mallet handle, so we're gonna have this mallet handle like this. So a little bit each week, just trying to plug away. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting my shit together at the moment. Hey, what's up, Iceman? So today, two things happened. One, where is the piece that I just moved? Here it is. So the other day, I put a rod in here to start getting this better set up for her sleeve areas. And what happened was the metal piece that I put in there, I grabbed the wrong rod. It wasn't magnetizable. So when I tried to set up the magnet today, I realized I put the wrong one in. So now I got to do this again. So the idea is I'm going to do this side first with a magnet and get this situated. And then after that I can chop this side up a bit. So this way it'll look like the sleeves are going to her wrist. If I took both magnets off and chopped it up, I wouldn't line it up correctly. No, Iceman. I don't even have a console. Otherwise, I would probably try it. I've been watching a couple people play the game, but I was actually in the garage all day. It's like, for some odd reason, it was like 50 degrees out today, almost like 54. So what I did is prepping up some kits. And I forgot it was Friday. I completely forgot. I don't have a PC either. All I got is a Mac, and I don't have boot camp to set it up. Not a PC guy. Not sure yet how I'm gonna set it up, Jacob. It's kind of, I got it because her things are a little bit different. You know, it's not like she's got a cuff coming all the way down. It kind of goes almost up a little higher. I'm gonna build down, so I got an idea on how to do it. I got to just set it up a little bit first. But the only problem is if you don't have something cupping it or a rod's going in, it'll just fall right off the back of her arm. It's the only problem with this. So once we get this done, right? Like I said, I went through this the other day and then I screwed up. So if you put two rods on here, alright, so the way this worked before is you had to put it on this hand first and then clip it on this one. But if I set it up where two rods go straight down, even though this is an angle, so you see how this is an angle? Instead of having it go in this direction, if you still have it come in this direction, like straight down, it'll still work. So if you have these two going straight down, it'll still click in. So Iceman, I'm sort of in line with my friend. It's not a priority right now. I didn't expect you to do it so soon. That's the other problem. I was probably thinking about doing it, you know, in the summertime project, but you got it done so fast. Didn't plan for that. And even if you did print, I wouldn't be able to work on it, so. But I think my friend Meta John's gonna print it up for me after he finishes 2 items for some clients. Not in a rush for it. Alright, I'll keep you posted whenever we're ready to do it. He looked at it, he said everything was good on it, so... Okay, that should be lined up pretty well. So what I'll do is we'll put this aside, we'll let that cure up. What I might have to do is sort of get this situated off camera during the week, because this part's going to be a pain, because I got to really chop up some of this and then there. I might leave this magnetized if I can get this up a little bit. So I might leave this alone. So it should work, we'll see. Okay. So I was also in the garage today, and I was working on Cyclops sash, and these metal pieces were sticking out so damn much, I grinded them out, so this way I can get these things cleaned up. So let me get this set up now. Yeah, when I sent you the file, Iceman, I figured you wouldn't, you know, do it till like, you know, a couple months from now, or, you know, a little bit each week or so. I didn't expect you to bang it out in one day. Oh, I would have reminded you. Probably when it would have got closer for, like, you know, me to actually start working on it, I'd be like, hey, man. But no, it works out. It's fine. It's all done. It's on the list. Maybe, even if Meta John was to, like, print it up, like, next week, I still won't be able to work on it for, like, a couple months. So you're not going to see it for a while. But I figure when I'm ready to start doing my own Power Girl stuff in the summer, and I'm working on that in the garage, maybe by then Meta John will have that printed up and I can kind of work on it at the same time. And then maybe my display room will be done and I can start displaying everything as well. But I did see another file that I'm interested in, but I might want some elements taken off. So, but this is something way down the year, so I might bug you again down the line. I saw a really nice sculpt somebody posted, and you can get the STL file, but I don't like the character, but the anatomy's awesome. So I might ask you to, like, just take off a couple parts for me. So you'll hear from me again on something down the line. See, simple stuff like that's good, where you can bang it, just like clip a couple pieces off for me and it's done, you know, without trying to resculpt something from scratch. I wonder if you sewed to the one I'm looking for, Raz. I'll have to send you an email. Yeah, because I saw a guy post something. He does have a Patreon, but I don't feel like subbing to the Patreon. So I just might send the guy a message outright if I could just buy the file off of him and be done with it. That's what I'm afraid of. What I'm doing is, instead of buying the files or subbing to Patreon, I got a folder set up and I saved all the links to what I'm interested in. So maybe by the end of the year or end of the summer, I'll have a better idea of what I can get, what I want. Maybe something else came out, I want more, so I might just kind of play it by ear, because I can't buy them all now and just sit on them. So. Oh yeah, Jacob, I saw the new Ivy. When I saw it on statue form, I think it was, yeah. My first initial thought was her forehead was massive. Like, really, really crazy forehead on her. But overall, the statue's not bad. Hey, what's up, Raccoon? So I'm not a Poison Ivy fan, so it is nice. But honestly, I still like the first Poison Ivy. I still think the Mark Newman one is the best Poison Ivy out there so far. Plus, that statue's amazing. You're almost done with that, right, Iceman? Just gotta keep working on the paintwork and then that's it. I mean, the Poison Ivy's good. I like it. You know, it's like now what Sideshow does with each piece now is you know, each piece feels like it's got like a personality to the statue with the face, because they're doing really amazing work with the face sculptures now. I just didn't like the forehead, but the face wasn't bad. The pose was nice. But I'm not a Poison Ivy fan, and I'm kind of sick of her. Only because I sub to all those the comic book websites, and it's just non-stop like Poison Ivy kissing Harley Quinn covers. So I'm just kind of like tired of seeing Poison Ivy. I mean, all I ever really do is see Poison Ivy sitting on vines or kissing Harley Quinn or laying in the woods or trees. They haven't really done much else with her, so. Like to see some covers of her like using her abilities with the plants or something, you know? It's just all, I don't know, it's like the same idea over and over, even with the statues. Museum, but it's a museum statue, so it's not bad. So I don't know, I guess I'm just bitching about the covers I see of her. That's all. Oh, so let me roll this out real quick. Garage stinks. I worked on the base and used Bondo. Oof. Iceman, when you work on your stuff, do you are you there for like a few hours working on the stuff on weekends? Are you there for like an hour or two? Kind of curious. Alright, so I'm gonna do a thicker collar on her. Let's see if I can get a feel for this. Yeah. That's good. I was just kind of curious because I know you said you work full time. So I don't know how long you usually have to work on stuff on a weekend. Probably gonna do a couple more live streams once I get these kits ready during the weekdays. I pulled out the two Kitty Pryde Age of Apocalypse kits. And I got that Cyclops kit I'm trying to prep up to get it done. So, probably hoping to do some streaming once I get them prepped. In a really good grinding phase to get this stuff out the door, so. Where is my... Yeah, I know that feeling, Raz. I just told my parents and family members and friends, and because at the end of the month my father's having back surgery, so I might need to help out for a bit. So that's kind of why I'm like grinding stuff out, trying to get everything done. Actually, not that bad. Not right that way. Does the circle thing look okay, or how? I gotta. You know what I should do? I should probably see what the hell those things look like. I know, Raz, you sent me pictures. Where the hell's my folder? Yeah, so their collars are all... Oh, I see how it is. It kind of goes with the zipper in a way. Yeah, I want to try a little different look to it. Alright. Alright, let's... that's right. I used. Oh, here it is. All right. I don't know, I'm just testing at the moment. I kind of like it in the center. But I'm not sure if I want to use this piece. I mean, I kind of like it. It kind of fits her. At the back of it's kind of too we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I can pull it off and try again. I also have to put the mallet in her hand too, make sure it doesn't hit it. It's another thing. Did that poison ivy go for order yet, or is it just kind of sneaked somewhere? So I didn't see any like sideshow emails with that poison ivy. kind of weird to not get an email but seeing the pictures of it. Alright, so trying to make this work. Wondering if I should just pull this off and then, yeah, screw it. We'll add it later. So the circle piece, I'm trying to think, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see a sneak of Sideshow's item and then it's not actually like up for order, you know? Usually it's, they do it all in like one event. There's a little bit of a heart thing I got, so let's see if we can pull this off. Get my headgear on. See if this works. kind of winging this here. See if this heart would look better. Well, let's give her the weird collar look like they normally do. Oh, kind of like that a little bit. Hold on a second, let me get this one part down a little bit more. Oh, do you guys think of something like that? Oops. Maybe work down a little bit more. Make sure the mallet works. The only problem with off the center with this is it's too big and it won't line up correctly because it points down. So I think it's got to be centered. I know what you're saying though. If it was smaller, it would work. So am I hitting? Nope, not hitting that at all. Okay. So that should work. I can always pry it off later. It's I think far away it seems to work pretty well. Hold on a second, let me get this down. I mean, it's there, but it doesn't pop out too much. So you're thinking, hold on, oh, where's my brush? Hold on, I need that brush. Oh, here it is. So what are you thinking? Like, put the point to like point here, like on the edge? Because the idea is I would paint the collar white and the bra and underwear white to go with the rest of the outfit, so you have that red, black, and white look. And I kind of like it centered, only because her neck is weird as shit. Like, the neck is really, really weird. I'm trying to... I think centered works. This sculpt, like this collar and neck, is a really weird sculpt, and it's hard to tell up here, but you can see how some of it's kind of thick and then it's kind of worked around there. I mean, they did an okay job with it, but I think I mean, if I would have loved to, you know, had this neck all sculpted on and not have the removable, but it's kind of the way it is. But you know, let's kind of just see what else I got here. Got a lot of little knickknacks in here, so we can see if I can add to it a bit. Never know what I have here. Let's see, nothing else in here. Nah. I was thinking of putting something inside the heart, but if I was to put like anything in there, it wouldn't work too well. But I mean, once it dries and once it cures, I can build out the heart a bit instead of leaving it the way it is, or I can leave it as is, which kind of, maybe if I do a little bit of the inside. Maybe we can paint it like a little bit of a metal white, which might work. So it's kind of not a bad idea. Gonna have to sand it down, but I think that should work. I gotta look at the Patreon poll where the hair is, what kind of hair. I'm hoping a couple people voted. I haven't checked. Like I said, Sunday I had to run out. But I gotta figure out what if we're doing the hair bushy up top, or if we're doing the hair behind kind of flowing. Once I get the mallet set up, that's where we can go from there. The color on the screen, okay, it's not like blue or yellowish, just to make sure. I've been testing new options in the camera when I did my videos last weekend. I think I got a good feel of what settings I need to keep with this at now. And if it's the correct settings, I might have to do it on my other camera for when I airbrush. By the time I figure out how to get these cameras situated, they're going to be obsolete as all hell. Alright, so I think we can do the diamonds next. I still got to get Raz to print me up this piece. Such a lazy slacker. Alright, so to do these pieces, just to be on the safe side, what we want to do is bring our lines up more. So get an idea on where to cut them. Yeah, thanks. All right. Yeah, so I was just trying to really get this camera set up. I think I'm getting a better feel for the coloring. Yeah, this as of now, this Sunday, I'm going to be waking up, try to finish up my taxes, and then I got to do a couple emails, and then I'm gonna get all that stuff out to you, Raz. I gotta really get that stuff organized. Once I get that stuff organized, we can have all these parts. Alright. Alright, so I just rolled out the A's, got the back side of it all set up with the safety solvent. So next step is try to line this stuff up best I can. It's never exact science, but as long as I can kind of get these sort of cut. So that's why I do the lines on the outside, so it kind of gives me an idea. Now the only thing is I did the collar, so I gotta be very careful with doing this stuff. I don't want to screw up the collar, and also take the head off. The other thing too is I should have a better blade in here. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys build kits. This is for anybody that maybe watches the video later, or if you guys are building kits now. There's a dry spell on primer. I use the Duplicolor gray primer, filler primer, this stuff. So there's also a red oxide. I use the red oxide for building kits, like, ownage kits and stuff. You can't find it anymore. So I called, I went to 2 auto body shops, well, auto stores. They said they haven't gotten any stock in months, and it's on back order. So I called up Duplicolor yesterday or the day before, and they said that they can't get any of the raw materials. So what I did is I ordered 6 cases of the gray primer, because I really use this stuff all the time for my customs. But the red, I could live without. So I got like 2 friends looking for me at some places up north if there's any cans sitting on the shelf. So I guess once again we're having a little dry spell with everything. So I don't know if you guys use the primer for any of your kits, but if you see any, you might want to snag it. Plus, when I used to buy this primer a few years ago, like before the lockdowns, a can of primer was like $4.99. Now they're hitting almost $16.99 a can. If you get it at the store. If you order it online, they're about $10 a can. So, I'm just letting you know, Raz, if you use this stuff all the time, just be a little careful because we're like drying up. I'm hoping they get the supplies in soon. I'm not sure when, but so I asked the guy on the phone, I go, "You're not discontinuing this primer, are you?" Because I was like, if you discontinue this stuff, I'm in trouble. The guy's like, "No, we just can't get any of the raw materials in." So and I asked him, he said there was only 270 red oxide cans left, like, in their warehouse. But you have to go to, like, online stores to find, order them. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you build any kits and you actually start using that primer that I use, it's going to seem to dry up a bit. Which absolutely sucks. I miss the days of being able just to go down the street, buy a can of primer, and go home. It's even paints. I was in the one Pep Boys, which I guess is now going to be Auto Plus. There's just no cans of paint on the shelf at all. I asked the guy, I was like, "Where the hell are all the paints at?" He goes, "We don't have any in the warehouse." So if I do get Desperate Jacob, I will do that. Trust me, I will. It's kind of like that episode of Seinfeld with Elaine and the birth control. You gotta have your your set birth control. So as painting statues, I gotta have this primer. I'm not saying, you know, go out and spend the crazy amounts of money on stuff if you don't have it, but for me, I'd rather be safe than sorry. But then again, I look at it this way. With the prices keep going up, if I pay $10 a can and I buy, you know, 6 cases of it now, and then, you know, in like 3 months or in the summertime they go up to like, you know, $15 a can, at least I saved money by getting as many as I could now. So it's kind of my thought process on it. So I dropped on Amazon, I think it was like almost close to $400 worth of primer. I said screw it, I'm not gonna risk it not having this stuff this summer. Because during the lockdowns, when things really got hard to find, it was getting scary there for a bit. Yep, primer worthy, exactly. I've tried all the other primers. I've tried, you know, Krylon, Rust-Oleum, Tamiya, spray paint. I just, you know, it's just the Duplicolor primer is like my go-to. I just love this stuff. It's funny, during the lockdowns, it was the gray primer that was drying up. I was able to find the red, but you know, the gray was hard to find. Now the red is kind of being a pain in the ass to find. Alright, so what I was thinking of doing is I'll show you this real quick. It's like, it's either I do or I don't, and I don't want to do it and mess it up. So I was thinking, what if we stitch it? Let me know if you guys like this idea, or if you want to leave it like this. I mean, do you like that look? Or say, just kind of do a quick cut on here. I'll let you know, Jacob, trust me. If it gets to the point where stuff is, well, what is it, 6 cans to a case, so I ordered 6 cases. Yeah, so I ordered 6 cases, I have 1 case here, so I'm going to have a total of 7 cases of the gray. The red just makes life a little bit easier for kit building, like, you know, just regular kits. So, the reason why I like gray is because when I use the Aves, and then I sand down the gray, I see the difference between the 2 colors. But when you use Aves and use the red oxide, it's hard to see the difference. So that's kind of why I like the gray on my customizing. Alright, so these are my stuff. I could sand those down and leave them like that and just kind of a little bit raised a bit. Or what we could do is we can make it look like it's stitched. So basically what I could do is I could kind of, alright, if it would stay on. Alright, so we can make it look like it's stitched, like that. Or we can just leave it like that. What do you guys think? Well, you know, we could do a poll. Hopefully there's enough people to vote. Iceman always says to do a poll. a red can. I got my box of empty cans, so this is the red can. Filler primer, red oxide. It's red ox can. It's FP102. If you do find any, like if you do find any at your auto stores, it's a red oxide filler primer. Just calculate the price on them. You know, if the can is you know, like $16 a can plus shipping, to me with the item, it's a little bit too much. But one thing about auto parts stores, if you guys don't know, like if you go into Pep Boys or AutoZone or whatever, you can actually haggle with people. You can say, hey, you know, I'm gonna buy like 10 cans, can you give me a discount? And sometimes they will. So for some odd, you know what's funny too, is whenever I find out that stuff is going like really hard to find, I go on eBay and I go on Amazon. So when you're on Amazon, usually the stuff is like sold out, discontinued, or you know, delayed until, you know, 5 months from now. And then you go on eBay and you find the people selling the item, but they're selling it for like $50, $1,000. Like I saw somebody on eBay trying to sell the red oxide primer for $1,000 a case. I was like, what the hell is going on? Duplicolor is not in Home Depot. Home Depot is exclusive to Rust-Oleum. And Walmart is exclusive to Krylon. So mostly auto parts stores are the stuff that carry Duplicolor. So even like, you know, mom and pop small little auto parts stores, stuff like that. No, just putting the word out. Usually whenever stuff becomes hard for me to find, I usually contact some friends or people and sort of kind of look out for each other trying to find stuff. Alright, so I guess we're gonna go with solid. Alright, it seems that solid's the way to go. I don't want to wait too long. So if any of you guys were slacking or watching Hogwarts on another stream, this is what we're doing, keeping it solid, which is fine. $11.99, that's not bad. If they got it, you know what you do, you know, if you're gonna send me the item that I'm gonna work on for you, the only problem too is sending liquid You're in Cali, right? I don't know. I guess maybe shoot me an email. We can figure it out this weekend and see if it's worth it. So I did find this place that had red oxide cans, and if you bought a case or more, it was $9 a case plus shipping or free shipping. I have to find out. But Ollie sells them. Do they ship? Well, like I said, I know, like, for a business, if they were to ship them, they could do free shipping. But for you, buying it and then shipping it probably might be too much. I don't want to end up spending like $18 a can. It's funny, after the lockdowns, like, primer is an issue now. Like, primer was never an issue. All right, yeah. Let me do some research. My friend sent me some links of prices from some online stores that have it in stock. So I'm gonna see what they cost there first. Like I do know Cali's expensive. There used to be a guy in Cali I used to deal with on eBay for buying like paint supplies. He used to give me some really good deals because I bought in bulk. And then 1 month I contacted him. He's like, yeah, I can't give you any more deals. He's like, you gotta pay my regular cost or whatever he pays. So I guess because it got so expensive over there. I don't know what you guys are doing in that state. Yeah, I think you just summed it up, Jacob. I think that's what's going on. That sums it up. I don't understand it, but it's funny. I've even seen California plates of cars here in Jersey, which is kind of rare. Usually you see anywhere from Florida to Texas stuff, but rarely California plates. And Jersey's not the state to move to either. Jersey's the state you move out of as well. Yeah, it just takes a couple steps here and there to make it look like a Harley. Diamonds are always a pain in the ass though, especially when you do it over like the curved booty like I'm doing now. I'll sand them down a little bit more so they're not as raised. So that should work out pretty well. And if I can get Cyclops sash done, which I really gotta stop dragging my feet on. If I can get that done, I can start the paint series on her too. A lot of people have been asking about that one. And I gotta start getting back on the Mary Jane custom. I got so much shit. Yeah, this curved area is kind of a pain. Once we get the hair on her, that's when it should probably come together nicely. Get some crazy Harley hair on her. Alright, so I'm going to try to handle her and not screw up anything and do at least the clips here. Do this clip first. So my idea was so I don't know if I told you guys a story. During the summer, I was cutting my lawn, and my next door neighbor's dog ran out of her house and bit me on the back of the leg. Now, luckily no skin was broken, so I had to do a whole police report, and I told the lady, I was like, look, you gotta keep your dog in your house. It doesn't like people. So once the police got involved, she sort of did it. So I really didn't talk to her much. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I was out to get the mail, and I saw the guy who was renting the house out to the girl. And sure enough, he evicted her. I was like, what the hell happened? He told me that she wasn't paying the rent, and he had to go to court and kick her out. Well, the thing was, she moved into the house just as the lockdowns happened, so she didn't like introduce herself. See, I'm not a dog person, I'm a cat person, and I'll admit that. I love cats. I'm not really into dogs, but I like dogs if they're playful. You know, they want to just bring you a toy and play. And I also judge the dog on the owner. So if the owner comes over and like, hey, you know, this is my dog, I want you to meet my dog, I just moved in, so, you know, blah, 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 it's a different story. But she wasn't very, she wasn't that type of an owner. But after that happened, when I got the police involved, because, I mean, the dog, like, was a huge black and blue on my leg. So after that, she was a little bit more friendly. She realized it was serious, you know. But it turns out that she wasn't paying the rent. It was just a weird situation. I thought it was gonna be one of those. I saw all this house stuff outside, and I was like, "Oh man, are they like gonna start like hoarding crap all over the property?" And then all of a sudden, she's gone. But it was weird though. She let the dog like run on my property, shit all over my property. She wouldn't clean it up. It's just so weird. Yeah, I guess he told me, you know, it's just said she couldn't find a job, which was funny. Is like literally right down the road. There's like 3 places that have work, you know, hiring. So there's a lot of places looking to hire. So I don't know. It's been a weird summer. A little strange. And she acted like it was my fault. I was like, your dog bit me. But it wasn't. But it wasn't a squatter though. She signed the lease and everything. You know, she signed the lease. She was paying for the first year, I guess, and then after that, didn't. I don't know the whole story. All I know is I was cutting my lawn, and the next thing I knew, the back of my leg just had a crunch, and I was like, "What the hell?" She's like, "Oh, did you try and kick my dog?" I was like, "I was cutting the lawn." I was like, "I didn't even know there was anything behind me." Oh well. At least I don't have to. I went and bought, you know, the pepper spray for dogs because I was like, I wasn't taking a chance. It's like, all I need to have is like the dog has rabies or something, you know. Then I had so the other part of the story is, every year I try to contact the AC guys to come over and, like, you know, service my AC unit because I like to make sure there's no you know, mold or anything because I live by the water. So when the AC guy came over at like 5 o'clock at night after a shift, the dog ran across the property onto my property and charged both of us. And he was like, "What the hell's going on?" You know. I was like, "Look, lady, you can't have your dog doing this." It was a big dog. Now, I think it was a pit bull, but she called it, people called it a petite mix. I don't know what petites are. I have no clue. I'm not a dog person. To me, it looked like a big gray pit bull. And the thing was, I would say it was at least, like, you know, maybe 70 pounds. It was a big dog. It almost broke the skin. It didn't break the skin, but it almost did. Yeah, I didn't really talk about it because I was like, just one of those things. It was just weird. I never blame the dog. I always blame the owner. That's my thing. If the owner isn't training the dog properly, it's the owner I blame. And I don't blame the dog because dogs don't know any better. It's like, why can't I have one of those dogs, you know, those golden retrievers that come and bring you a tennis ball and just want to play with you, you know? So what happened was, the police contacted her, animal control contacted her, animal control contacted me. The animal control made, like, triple check to make sure that there was no skin breakage, because if the dog did draw blood, they would have actually had to quarantine the dog for like 14 days. And if there were, you know, but supposedly the dog also attacked the next door neighbor on the other side of the house. Supposedly the guy got out of his car one day and the dog charged him. So after that, she had to chain up the dog. And she had to, the owner of that property had to sort of build a fence, because I don't have really like a fence between the properties. Just don't have the money yet to build a fence. There's not really like a lot of fences around properties down in my area, but yeah, but the animal control contacted me. They're like, if this thing drew blood, you know, it's a whole different world. But I don't know. Just one of my adventures last summer. I kind of kept quiet. Figure I tell you now because she's long gone now. Now maybe the one stray cat will come back and chill on my driveway again. Ever since she moved in, the stray cat doesn't come around. But now maybe he'll come back. There's this big calico, big calico cat. Like he like one of those alley cats that look like they own the whole block. He used to just sleep on my driveway every day. But ever since the dog moved in, I don't think it doesn't come around anymore. But maybe now it will. Yeah, you know what it is some people don't think about going to the police station and file a report and get animal control involved. They just start like a family, they start like a neighbor war. I've heard times when they would yell at each other. I was like, screw that. I just went to the police station. I was like, look, man, you guys got to come over and do something. When animal control showed up with a police car, she knew it was serious then. Because in the state of New Jersey, it's illegal for like owners to let their dogs run free and stuff like that. Especially charging people. Now the one thing too is literally 4 houses down the road from me is a stop where all the kids wait for their cars, for the buses. So if that dog got out there one day and went and attacked a kid, oh, forget it. Yeah, I'm sure the cat will. I think also the cat kept the skunks away too. Sometimes there's skunks in the area. But I think the cat kept it away. When he stopped coming around, I started smelling the skunk more often. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, just hopefully if another dog owner comes in the house, it's a nice little well, I don't want one yipping all day, but I wouldn't mind a playful dog. Like, come over, bring a tennis ball, throw the ball around with the dog, have fun. And then dog goes back to his owner and I don't have to deal with it. It was funny too. The lady who had the house before her, when I moved in, she was here. I felt sorry for the dog. She got a puppy, and she had issues. She was like an alcoholic. She passed away too. She had MS, I think. She was an alcoholic. So she got this little puppy, and when I guess people started bitching at her that she had to keep it on her property, she kept it chained out in the backyard all day. And I think someone called up on her, and I think they came and took the dog away. I don't know what it is with people. I tell you, for a quiet little block I'm on, there's some always weird shit going on. Yeah, she had issues, but she kept the dog outside all day. Damn thing didn't... It was a playful dog, which I didn't mind, but she didn't teach it not to bite. You know how, like, when you get a puppy, you gotta teach it not to bite. So as it got older, it was playing, but it was biting. It didn't understand that you can't chomp down on people. But yeah, they came and took it away. That didn't last too long. Everything here is small, Jacob. I live, this was a old vacation area with like little bungalow houses back in the day. So over the years, people started living in them all year long. So the house is not very, there's no property whatsoever, basically. If a dog gets chained up in a, like, alright, so the back of my house is probably like, so in the very back of, so my back of my house is like right here. So the back of my house to the edge of the woods, the property with the little shitty fence that's there, literally is only like 9 feet. And then the front of my house, from the front of my house to the street corner, is probably 20 feet? I don't know, I never really measured it. So it's a very small property. So a lot of properties are kind of close to like what I have. So if a dog is chained to a tree in their property, it has a little bit of breathing room. But if you have a big dog, you really need to at least take it to like a dog park or something. But yeah, so down here it's like it's not like suburbs down here. Basically, it's very small bungalow houses with very small properties. It's an old shore vacation area type thing. But people have been building up, and there's all the $1 million homes are all the ones that are in like the outlets for the water. You know, I have one of these cheap little houses that have like 3 additions onto it. It was a very, very quiet place to live. Then the lockdowns happened, so now all the New Yorkers are here. Which is kind of funny. It was a cheap place to live too until the lockdowns. I guess it's an old power plant. Right down the road is like the oldest power plant in the country, nuclear power plant. So I guess like it was a place for people to live while working there too. You know what? I gotta take that strap down. It's just too wide. I'm gonna have to take this down. See if I can kind of curve it down more. It's too big. The power plant? Probably not. They're supposed to decommission it like in 2019, I think, or something. But it hasn't happened, so there was a proposal to like redo it and modernize it, but then all the anti energy people want to stop it. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. No matter where you go, nothing's safe. I don't know, Jacob. I don't think it is. What it is here is all the people that actually are allowed to work from home now, they moved down here because it's cheaper than living in New York. And basically, that's pretty much what's going on down. I met a couple of them. I mean, it's not, they're nice. They were just like, you know, now that I can work from home. They were like, I moved out of New York and I moved down here. I'm like, yeah, but why'd you come to New Jersey? Like, go to Florida, Texas, something. Alright, I like those little pieces. They work. I just need to split this one up a little more. Alright, so got the collar, got the diamonds, worked on 2 of the straps. I can do this one here. Try and make sure I grab it where I don't mess up the front ones. Alright, for a second there I thought I was playing the same song over and over. this one's gonna have to be sanded down a bit. I think it should work. There you go. Alright, I think she's coming together. I never got a message saying that my video was released. I should go back in and check when I get a chance now that you mentioned it. I'm pretty sure maybe it did. I could check right now real quick. Nah, you know what, I'll check tomorrow. I'm not getting those random emails anymore though now, so maybe they actually went in and stopped that company from claiming everything. Not really sure. Alright, so while I got some A's here, I want to use it up. So, hopefully... I've been putting together the Cyclops kit. So my friend, who's a clown, I guess he's not in chat yet, he decided he wanted to cut that base. So if you saw that video I did of the review, so I went ahead and cut it. And then what I did is I filled it in with the yellow stuff. It's like a really thick area of the Durham's putty. And then I put some eaves around this edge and I leveled it to make sure it was leveled. And then today I just put some Bondo on top and smoothed it all out. So it's nice and heavy, but so I think maybe I can attach this onto here now. Just kind of use up this eaves. Figured I could get this going, I could get the 2 Kitty Pryde kits going, I try to get them done in maybe by the end of the month or earlier, and then I can move on to new stuff. My goal is to really try and get a lot of these kits done by the time the summer hits. Go through the spring, get all these kits done, and then during the summer I could start working on all these customs for people. And then if I can start getting close to, you know what it is I got the 2 Kitty Pryde boxes, I got the 2 Colossus boxes, I got the Nate Gray, 2 Great Nays, one's mine and one's for my friend, and then I got another kit. So I figured if I can get all these kits done, my studio would be empty of all these large ass boxes. And then I got all this other stuff lined up with people, so... I'm gonna probably make this guy mostly solid. I don't think I'm gonna only just make the heads removable. There's really no sense of trying to make this all magnetized because it's kind of fairly light. Oh, I'm grinding. I'm moving. Actually, I had to go see the guy for my back a week ago. Cause I just haven't. Ever since I had that problem with my shoulder 2 years ago, I see this this guy who does massages and really like works your pressure points. So I went and saw him because my neck was locked up after doing all those two Wonder Womans. What I gotta start doing is whenever I'm working on something during the day, I need to actually like stretch every half hour now. Because I was so like working on those Wonder Womans like crazy, it just wasn't doing anything. So but I got them done though. Catching up. Alright, so almost. Yes, the Nacre is the same one, except with this Nacre, me and my friend, we actually customized. Well, my friend did it. I just went along for it. There's a sculptor he knows who does like really great portraits. So he commissioned him to do a new portrait for Nate, based off of Ian Churchill's artwork. So if you know who Ian Churchill, who did like the Cable and Nacre books. So the reason why I never painted up my Nacre is because we've been sort of just waiting to get this done. And finally we got the head done, printed out. It's all fit, ready to go. So I'll do a video on that when I get to it. What I'll probably do is I'll end up painting up my friend's first, just to get his done and out the door. And then later in the year I'll do mine. Or if I get my display room set up and it's ready to go, I'll do both at the same time. We liked the sculpt, and we liked, you know, the head was okay, but we wanted it to be more like Ian Churchill. So when my friend said he was going to commission this guy, you want to go in with him, I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know what it is I really do like that Nacre statue. I know there's another guy who made another Nacre. It was okay, but I really like this one with the way it was set up. Just the head was a little too... wasn't what we wanted. But it should look pretty good though when it's done. Getting closer to have all my grails. Got my Captain Marvels, got my Power Girl, got my Kid Flash, I got my Nacre, working on Hyperion. I gotta make my Sage from Extreme X-Men. Couple others I got on the lists, but I'm getting there. Getting closer. Yeah, also I got Hinata from Naruto. I'm gonna get the Bayonetta next year. Who else did I want to make? I got the Rose from Street Fighter, which I would love to redo again. Didn't miss too much, Raz. I don't know where you left off. Well, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the cases to come in. But once I finish my taxes this weekend, what I'm planning on doing is the following weekend. Well, after my father has a surgery at the end of the month, once all that's done, I'm going to tear down the TV room. And I'm going to repaint the room. I'm gonna tear down, pull down all the pictures, repaint it, patch up all the walls, and then this way when I get the cases in, I can actually have a really nice setup done. Yeah, so we did the diamonds in the front. I did the little tiny diamonds here for the clips. Did a little diamond here for this clip. And then we did the diamond there. So, that's pretty much it for Harley for now. Right now I'm just going to attach the top of this torso. I'm actually really excited to finally get a lot of these kits out of the house, get my display room up. It should be able to display all my statues better, and then go from there. Alright, so we're kind of good in this sense. Okay, so we got that lined up. Next step is take some gel glue, which I got to order more of, down to 1 tube left. Throw a bunch of gel glue up in there. So I notched out, this is what I learned from the Sideshow items, factories. I did those notches in there, and I did those notches over here. So when you put glue in there, it doesn't seep out the bottom in there as much, it seeps in between those notches a little bit more. So, it's a good little trick. Take this body. Sad thing about this 3D print is it's not like super lined up like Onage does with their kits, so I have to do some seam work on these. You can tell by the legs over here I did some seam work. I also noticed this resin. I don't know about your resin, Raz. Whichever resin was used for this kit, when I had this base in front of my little heater, like the little space heater, to sort of like heat up the Durham's putty, just to kind of help it dry. What happened was when I touched the edge of the resin, it actually moved in. So I got to tell my friend that if he uses the same printer with this resin guy, I won't be able to put 2-part resin in there. It'll melt it because that stuff gets hot. So that's something he's gonna have to decide if he does another 3D print. Because if you put 2-part resin in here, 2-part resin gets very, very hot. So it could melt this and warp it. So I'm going to have to let him know that. Trying to get some of that Insta-Set in there to kind of let it cure. Sort of lock up in place. It's just not really doing. Just needs to get a little bit of Insta-Set in there and it'll just lock. Oh, we gotta go to extreme measures. So do is take this little piece here. Just sort of really get a lot in there. There we go. Locks it up pretty well. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like being able to, you know, I don't mind using heat to bend like a kit if I need to do a little something, but I didn't like the idea that this resin, whichever this was, like, it wasn't even really like a blow dryer. It was just like in front of the heater. And it really didn't even get hot to the touch, and I was able to sort of bend it in a little bit. So I'm not a fan of whatever 3D resin this was. The resin that Meta John used for my Power Girl, which was the Frozen 4K, he made it a little bit thicker too, but I put that 2-part resin in there, and that thing didn't move at all, even though it got like warm to the touch. It didn't move at all, so I like that a lot. So that's just something, personal preference, I guess. Alright, and also you can see the back of them. I've been sanding it all down to get all those little divots off of them. But I filled this in with freeform air. After we talked, he said freeform air would be fine for this one. So I filled in the best I can. There's a lot of little like cross hatching of supports in the inside of them, so I had to sort of like dig those out a bit to fill it in. But I got it filled, so it'll work. I should actually, next time I talk to him, I should bitch at him on why he did a change ahead when Cyclops doesn't have like a collar piece there. It's all like one solid piece, so it's gonna have this weird seam. But he is a clown, like I said in the video, and if he watches this later, he'll know I said it again. make my life a little easier. Got a little A's left over, so throw a little A's in here with a rod. We'll attach this because I was gonna make these removable too, but they don't seam up correctly on the item. I don't like how they don't fit there flush. So like I said, I'm just gonna paint this all in one solid piece. I think that's the learning curve. Well, it's gonna be like a change of curve now. So I'm so used to getting like you know, regular garage kits that are you know, you got to deal with the flashing and then put them together. But with the 3D prints, I'm gonna have to get the, what is it, the support stuff off of it, and then try to match up and seam the stuff a little bit better. Alright, it's good, just so I feel like I'm not wasting any resin, or A's, or whatever. Alright, so we're gonna put, well, we're gonna leave him there. Alright, so I think we're done for tonight. Late start, but at least we got some stuff done on Harley. So what I need to do is, I gotta get on my ass and get this piece here situated. Then I gotta start cleaning her all up. I'm gonna have to try and cut this down a little bit down here as much as I can, make it a little bit narrow here at the bottom. Just kind of clean that up a bit. Got to do some priming and sanding, really buff this out now. But then I think after that, once we really start getting this mallet on her, once this mallet is really good and I get these like sleeve parts situated, we're gonna have to focus on the hair. So I think what I'm going to do is sort of find some ears too, unless Raz, you got some free ears or something, and maybe we could print out a set of ears for her too. 'Cause I think we're going to definitely do the pigtails, so you got to show the ears. And it should be going from there. So, and I think what I'll do too is, I think these legs I got to fill in with some putty just to kind of clean up the legs a little bit. They're a little too defined. And I gotta just sand this down more. So I gotta do a little bit of detailing on the side. But that's where we are for tonight. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see what I can get done by next week. I think, yeah, next week is, might be the last stream until after the surgery. And then I'll be back to doing normal. So I'll try to do a lot of paint streams during the day too. With the kits once I get those ready. Alright guys, have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by.